Hello, my dear students. Welcome to today's alternative English class. I am your ma'am Munmi Borua, and let us go to the story The Gift of the Magi. But before going into it, let us learn the story so far. So we come to know that James Dillingham Young and Della Dillingham Young are a poor married couple living a hard and struggling life in the New York City. Jim's income, that is $20 per week, was barely enough to pay for the basic necessities of life, and they are just leading a very hard and struggling life. But on the eve of Christmas, Della, the female counterpart, wants to make her husband happy by giving him a nice and worthy Christmas present. But as she doesn't have enough money, she decides to sell her very beautiful long lustrous hair for $20 to a woman called Madame Sofronie. However, after committing the foolish act, she realizes her mistake and she grows anxious that her husband wouldn't find her attractive again. So she tried to repair the ravages that she had made to herself. She tried to repair the damages that was imposed on herself. And then after repairing these damages, she waits for her husband Jim's return from work because she didn't know how Jim would react to her new appearance. So let us now go to the rest part of the story.
Jim was never late. Della doubled the fob chain in her hand and sat on the corner of the table near the door that he always entered. Then she heard his step on the stairway down on the first flight, and she turned white for just a moment. She had a habit of saying little silent prayers about the simplest everyday things, and now she whispered, "Please God, make him think I'm still pretty." The door opened and Jim stepped in and closed it. He looked thin and very serious. Poor fellow, he was only 22 and to be burdened with a family. He needed a new overcoat and he was without gloves. Jim stepped inside the door as immovable as a satyr at the scent of quail. His eyes were fixed upon Della, and there was an expression in them that she couldn't read, and it terrified her. It was not nor anger, nor surprise, nor disapproval, nor horror, nor any of the sentiments that she had been prepared for. He simply stared at her fixedly with that peculiar expression on his face. Della wriggled off the table and went for him. "Jim, darling," she cried, "don't look at me that way. I had my hair cut off and sold it because I couldn't have lived through Christmas without giving you a present. It will grow out again. You won't mind, will you? I just had to do it. My hair grows awfully fast. Say Merry Christmas, Jim, and let's be happy. You don't know what a beautiful, nice gift I have got for you." So when after repairing her hair with curling irons, Della waited for James Dillingham Young, and when he entered, we come to know that he was a 22 years old man. He was very thin, serious man who had to bear the responsibilities of a family life at a very young age, due to which he grew very serious, and due to his recent recession, his income has shrunk to $20 per week, and therefore he is a person who is very, very serious. And when he saw Della without her long beautiful hair, he acted as a hunting dog when it is near a bird. A satyr is a hunting dog, a quail is a bird. So when a satyr is near a bird, it always remain quiet so that it can give the indication to the hunter. And then there was an expression in Jim's eyes which Della couldn't understand. It was neither fear, nor anger, nor surprise, nor disapproval, nor any of the expression that Della had prepared herself for. So this actually made Della more terrified, because she could not understand the expression on Jim's face. And moreover, before he could say her something, she quickly explained to him that she had to cut and sell her hair in order to buy a nice and good, beautiful Christmas present for him. And moreover, she could not live throughout the Christmas without gifting him a nice Christmas present. And moreover, she also assured him that her hair grows very fast. Next, it is said, "You have cut off your hair," asked Jim laboriously, as if he had not arrived at that patent fact yet, even after the hardest mental labor. "Cut it off and sold it," said Della. "Don't you like me just as well? Anyhow, I am me without my hair, and I." Jim looked about the room curiously. "You say your hair is gone," he said with an air almost of idiocracy. "You need not look for it," said Della. "It's sold. I tell you, sold and gone too. It's Christmas Eve, boy. Be good to me, for it went for you. Maybe the hairs on my head were numbered." She went on with a sudden serious sweetness, "But nobody could ever count my love for you. Shall I put the chops on, Jim?" Out of his trance, Jim seemed quickly to wake. He unfolded his Della. "For 10 seconds, let us regard with discreet scrutiny some inconsequential object in the other direction. $8 a week or $1 million a year. What is the difference? A mathematician or a wit would give you the wrong answer. The Magi brought valuable gifts, but it was not among them." This dark assertion will be illuminated later on. Jim drew a package from his overcoat pocket and threw it upon the table. "Don't make any mistake, Dell," he said, "about me. I don't think there's anything in the way of a haircut or a shave or a shampoo that could make me like my girl any less. But if you will unwrap that package, you may see what you had me going a while at first." So, when Jim at first saw Della without her long, beautiful hair, it was a moment of shock and disbelief to him. He could not imagine in his wildest imagination that his wife had sold her hair, had cut off her hair, and therefore he was in a state of disbelief, shock, or daze. But when he came out of his shock, he started to begin act normally. He told Della that no external changes can change his love for her or can affect his feelings for her. He would always love her as she is, and moreover, the sacrifice or the generosity that made Della the love and generosity that Della had, which made her to sacrifice her long beautiful hair for Jim's Christmas present, made her value or made her more valuable in front of Jim's eyes. So and after that, Jim pulled out a package from his pocket and throws it on top of the table, and he also explained to Della that she should open the gift or unwrap the packet in order to understand the reason why he reacted strangely upon seeing her earlier. So when Jim saw her earlier without the long beautiful hair, he was in a state of shock. There was an expression which they could not understand. There was the reaction was neither of disapproval, nor of anger, nor of shock, nor of fear, nor of surprise. This expression could not be understood by Della, and that terrified her more. But now Jim was trying to explain to her that expression was given by him because it has something to do with the gift that he brought for her.